All right, guys, welcome to a new, what is it? What do I call this? Daily recap. Oh, it's been a while. And yeah, I thought let's do the camera first, say hello, and then dive into the charts. Get myself up there. Somebody said that my camera is too small. So if I do it like this, is it better? I'm watching over there all the time, so whatever. Whatever you guys want. Yeah, so now the camera's bigger, I gotta look better. Let's put this away and let's dive into it. I don't know what I still, where's my AirPod case? I don't know. Right. So I was just analyzing the charts actually, and I was looking at DXY because this morning I was looking at a short on EU, and basically on DXY it means that we were looking for a long, and I was still in the trade, or I think I was out of the trade over here, but essentially I was waiting for price to hit this liquidity. Um, you can see that we were building up liquidity, so I was targeting that. I will show you the trade. I think it's still on my charts. Yeah, there it is. And that's basically what we're gonna break down during this daily recap, and then see if there's anything else in New York. And then I'm gonna head off because I'm tired. New routine, waking up slightly earlier than usual. So yeah. I also need to shave. It's getting long. All right. Let's dive into it. So this morning, I said in my forecast pre-market analysis, I'm looking for shorts from this area and longs from this area. Well, guess what? Took internal range liquidity. I still had that POI over here marked out from this low up to this high here, like that. But as soon as Frankfurt opened, actually before Frankfurt, we can see that price already took out that area. So and I already in my pre-market analysis, I marked out these early sellers. Then we got this sell-off, and I saw that we took liquidity, and it was still pre-Frankfurt. That's why I wait for pre-Frankfurt, for Frankfurt open, because I know this can be a trick. And a friend of mine tried to sell there, so his loss. Next time it won't work out, and it will be a miss for me. But I saw that, and I was like, okay, that's just another set of inducement. And what can we see? Price came up then. And now if you go to the 1 minute, so let's go into replay mode to just focus on our trading session, really. There's so much here. What is this? And what we can see is that we had the early sellers, Asia high being taken. We tapped into the 50-minute supply zone. Actually, it's the POI, and it's a 5-minute supply zone, although it didn't even take in liquidity. So really, it's just the tap into the POI. But we took internal range liquidity. We were corrective to the way up on the way up. We were inside the premium zone of the range. And what can we see? We got a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high. And with this break, we just tapped into the discount zone of this most recent range. But keeping in mind that we overall wanted to sell and we had the idea to sell. I saw this like, yeah, it could be a break. I class it as a break, but my idea was to see it as a still see it as liquidity. So although we had the, let me check, where's the arrow? There it is. So although we had this low that led to that high, I still was like, okay, that's also liquidity buildup. In addition to that, we had Asia lows. We had some equals here, kind of, not really. But overall, we had all the confluences, so I was eager to sell. I was ready to sell to the trade. And we can see we sold off. We put the high, the stop loss 5.5 pips above the high. 1 pip breathing room there, and we actually came to a 123.8. Then price, as we broke here again, I already reduced my stop loss to just above here as we broke this one. Why? I was following this structure. So we got a high, low, a high, bearish break, return to premium, bearish break again. And then I was reducing. Then after we broke this, I was like, okay, let's still keep it there because that's the overall break. And we could still like come into this area and sell off. And then actually this entire range was still valid after we broke below here. But then we came back into premium pricing. We created a lower low. And as soon as we broke this low at, I think it was 828, yeah. Oh, it's over there. I placed my stop loss to break even. And then I just let the trade play out. And I was actually thinking about staying in the trade, but I was busy working on the site. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's just follow the plan. Let's just go break even. And that's it, really. Trade came back to break even, then push down, just broke below here. And this is where when we when we just broke below here, we can see on the XY that we just broke or actually came above here. And that's what my target was. So I was happy actually that, well, not happy to see that it turned around, but the idea was, okay, liquidity grab and then it can do whatever. And that's what happened really. You can see liquidity grab and then it flew up to the upside. Now, were there any other trades? Not really. Not really. There was a continuation trade. If you missed this one, this entry, you could have taken like short from here. Then let me remove this because it's all journal. Actually, let's take that off. Let's take that off. Pull that across real quick. Then you have this area. Such a, and then again the breeding room. So 34, 24 stops just above the high. 2.8, 3 point, let's go 3.3. And then you could target a low, but again, not even a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So not really worth it. Well, you can't know that at the moment, right? You can't know that when you're in the moment, but hindsight, it was not really worth it. And yeah, so let's clean this up. Then New York. I think there was a trade actually. So we got above here, first of all. We can see that we have an inducement play over here. Triangle. There we go. So we got a early sellers taken out. Well, if you class this as a break, but it's too minor for me, of course. It could be this one. Then this would be your entry area. That will be your trade. Now, so Marco will take a long trade. Of course, he's Mr. Magic Man now. He's the very deep understanding of liquidity. And I don't know. And I saw him taking trades from there, which makes kind of sense because we got a low, then we have a high, higher low, higher high, and below that, we could see this as like internal range liquidity. Take the liquidity and go for the longs. Just for me, it wouldn't make sense because I trade too much structure wise. So for me, it would be like low, high, higher low, higher high, of course. So yeah, and it's I don't follow that minor structure. I play major structures or more major structures. So it wouldn't make sense for it to me. Yeah, other than that, not much there. GU. GU. So I took that again. Let's dive into it. I think there was no entry in GU. No entry there. No entry there. Break there. No early sellers there. Nothing there. Nothing on GU. All right, so that was the pre-market analysis. For that trade, let's go back 50-minute wise on EU. What can we see? So doji candle, indicating that we might get a turnaround. Not sure what could be. This candle is not really indicating anything to the downside. If anything, if you look at the wicks, I think this is where the trade already played out. But if you look at those wicks, you could have maybe thought like, all right, I can still enter here. I don't know. Not really anything on the high type that is how do you say that? Supporting a trade. So yeah, that's really it. 4-hour wise, it's too large of a time frame to really do anything with for this trade. And yeah. Anyway, still in that discount area, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow on the pre-market analysis. Peace out.